Hello, and welcome back to Resist the Grind. Today we are embarking on an exciting journey to the Intrepid Sea, Air, and Space Museum in New York City. We purchased our tickets through their website and were able to skip the lines. They have a nice gift shop. You can hit it on the way into the museum or as you're leaving. Either way, you're sure to find a nice souvenir of your trip. Much of the museum is handicap accessible. They do have elevators leading to some of the decks. So let's climb aboard this legendary aircraft carrier, touch the skies with the first space shuttle, and dive into the depths alongside a guided missile submarine. As you step aboard the USS Intrepid, you're immediately immersed into the sights and sounds of naval aviation history. From the flight deck to the hangar deck, every corner of this floating museum tells the story of courage, innovation, and sacrifice. As you enter the hangar deck, there is an information booth where you can get answers to many of your questions. This museum is suitable for visitors of all ages. One of my favorite exhibits was a Lego model ship. The USS Intrepid was commissioned in 1943. This aircraft carrier played a pivotal role in some of the most significant conflicts of the 20th century, including World War II and the Vietnam War. Throughout the museum, interactive exhibits bring history to life, allowing visitors to experience what life was like aboard the Intrepid during its years of service. One of the highlights of the museum is the extensive collection of historic aircraft. Throughout its storied career, the Intrepid earned numerous accolades and distinctions. It was awarded the Presidential Unit Citation and earning 5 battle stars for its service in World War II. It is a testament to the bravery and sacrifice of the men and women who served aboard her. In the 1960s, the Intrepid played a vital role in the recovery of both Gemini and Mercury space missions, solidifying its place in space history of all things. As we continue our tour around the hangar deck, you will find an impressive array of aircraft, as well as workshops and storage areas. This would have been a bustling hub of activity, with crews working around the clock to keep the Intrepid mission ready. One of the neat things about the tour is actually being able to climb aboard and touch history. Throughout the Vietnam War, the USS Intrepid served as a crucial platform for launching airstrikes against enemy targets in Vietnam and its surrounding regions. Its flight deck became a staging area for a variety of aircraft, from fighter jets to reconnaissance planes, as they carried out their missions in support of ground forces. In addition to its roles in launching airstrikes, the Intrepid also served as a logistical hub, ferrying supplies and personnel to and from the war zone. One fun activity was the G-Force Encounter, where you can climb aboard an aircraft and take aim at enemy targets in a virtual world. Our visit wasn't just about going back in history, we got to peer into the future and see one of Boston Dynamics' robots. As we explore, remember that this museum isn't just about machines. It's about people, heroes who served, sacrificed, and shaped history. Let's head out to the flight deck of the USS Intrepid. Here you can imagine standing where brave pilots once launched their planes. Whether you're an aviation buff, a history buff, or a child, this deck has something for everyone. As we wander around the flight deck, it's important to remember that each of these planes was once part of the highest technology of their time. And here's a small bird catching a ride. As you're wandering around the museum, sometimes you forget you're in the middle of a city. I really enjoyed coming face to face with some of the aircraft I'd only seen in movies. Step inside the Space Shuttle Pavilion. You'll be transported to the cutting edge of space exploration. You can get up close with one of the most iconic symbols of human ingenuity, the Space Shuttle Enterprise. If you have a good imagination, you can almost hear the rattling of the chain as the anchor is being dropped. The ship was also home to thousands of sailors who served aboard her. Based on your rank, your accommodations could be very different. Now let's climb up the island, a towering structure that served as the nerve center of the ship during its years of service in the U.S. Navy. This iconic feature played a pivotal role in the guiding of the Intrepid through the seas and the skies, overseeing operations and coordinating efforts on deck. Rising above the flight deck, the island provided a vantage point for navigation, communication, housing radar systems, navigation equipment, and command centers. From here, officers and crew members monitored the skies, scanned the horizon for threats, and directed the movement of aircraft and personnel below. Thank you for joining us on this remarkable journey through the Intrepid Museum. Please remember to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and share this video with other history buffs.